Hello, this is Bug News, and today we're going to talk about Nylah Says lies sometimes. Allegedly, of course. Um, Nylah is in the women's sphere, I guess the black women's sphere of being more selective of who you mate with or who you date. And what is it called? Selective breeding. That's her MO to some degree. She's more diverse than that, but um, particularly with black men and black males, some black men, excuse me, and then black males. So really, over in her channel is really geared towards women. So if you go over there, and you want to check Nylah Says out. You got to play your position because it's women's content and it's I guess deep feminism if I'm putting it in a box, and then sub that it's focused on black women. So now it points out for a lot of things. Black men blame black women for things. As far as the failure of what's going on with some black men today. Some men in the manosphere, if I'm saying that right, say black women raised these black men that may be causing problems, and but the black man has left the home, and whereas Nylah is saying other. So basically, what it is every time the manosphere puts out a video to a live, the womanosphere or they come back with something to combat that. It's just my observation, and we're going to focus on the manosphere too, on different people and what they're saying and how it's being presented. But recently, Nylah Says was doing a live, and she was talking about a very serious topic, which was in the Hill. The Hill is a publication that is produced. The website is thehill.com, but it's a publication that it's probably also a print publication, but it's produced on Capitol Hill mostly. Probably this is probably largest distribution. Capitol Hill. When I say Capitol Hill, I mean the United States of America, in Washington D.C. And it may have other following, but the title of the article was "Data About Maternal Mortality Can Improve Health Outcomes." So basically, someone did an article and let's give it some context here. So they're presenting some data and they trying to improve the life of women and of children. Now let's just get straight to the point here. Nylah was doing what she does, ranting and raving, cussing and fussing, especially if you get on the bad side. Now her margins may be a little nicer than she is, but if you get on Nyla's bad side, you gonna get it. But anyway, so in the article they talk about different data from CDC, and of course they was talking about women with you can learn a lot as far as postpartum depression, and then also postpartum anxiety. Women might be staying all night. The baby might be healthy, but they may be staying up all night because they're not used to taking care of the baby. Stand up all night watching the baby breathe because they might not have guidance. A lot of young women may have that guidance or someone helping them with this child, so they go through that. So like I said, it's an interesting article. I would recommend you reading. But the part that kind of had may not come into question over here on Bug News is Nylah was saying that black men were the leading causes or people that get into altercations with the woman that they may have gotten pregnant, and they killed the woman and they killed the baby. But the article didn't say that. The article itself said women of color. So women of color are black, Latino, Indians, Native Americans, and other minorities. But in particularly black, Latino, and Native Americans. That's basically where this data was coming from. maybe some Asian people too. But then right under that, if you click, it's a link that takes you to the data, and I'm gonna dig more into this to actually get the data, because I'm pretty sure I can get the data and then count the beans. But right after that, you go to the article that the CDC put out. It's a link there, and it says nothing about what Nylah Says was saying. It only breaks down into says basically, it's from people less than 44 years of age. They happen to be women. They talk about homicides basically, and it's called IPV is interpersonal relationships. I think that's what that means, or interpersonal. Trying to scan here and talk at the same time. I'm not that smart, but anyway. But the information is there, and then they really don't pinpoint in this particular report anything about that I could see about where it says that black males or black women are the women who are killed the most. So Nylah was saying because black women, basically 10% of black women are in interracial relationships. So the majority of these killings basically would have to be done by black men. Or 3% are in interracial relationships. So, but it's just amazing, when people present information. Just do a little fact checking. If they're presenting information and you can't trace their information back, they could be telling you anything. Not to say she was telling you anything, because you can go read this article and you can go down in the comments and say, nah, Nylah was right here. If you go to this section or this and that court, then bug news, we're wrong over here. But if Nylah was wrong, well, I rest my case. Anyway, this is Bug News. Please like, share, and subscribe, and keep your eyes on those YouTube streets. Thank you.